Alright. Let us continue. I just gotta fix that real quick. Spella was able to tell us quite a bit about this mysterious town. It seemed Carmen was conducting an investigation on his own in this great archive, but what? We followed Carmen's trail and eventually found ourselves at the Great Archive. It was merely a hunch, but we believed there could perhaps be clues there that would help us solve the mystery of Labyrinthia. This looks, it's like this looks suspicious. I'm gonna go up here because there's this bird that we didn't get to investigate. Oh, it's just making noises. Alright, let's just go over here. Looks like the knights have given up searching for us. Thank goodness. Seems you're right, Luke. From the look of things, we should be safe to explore a little more before making our way to the Great Archive. I already spoke to you. Checking if you have any puzzles. You have no puzzles. Moving on with my life. The Great Archive. And what's the point of having a hidden puzzle counter if nothing is ever going to have hidden puzzles? Oh, that dialogue went away very quickly. I'm also not over here, so I can't read it back. Wow. I was wondering, I was like, this does not look like the normal area. It looked impressive even from a distance, but now we're up close. It's huge. Just looking up at it makes my neck ache. It must have taken considerable time and manpower to erect a building of this size. Yes, it did. This building has become something of a symbol for the town. Hey, look at that roof over there. Looks like it suffered considerable fire damage at some point. There was a major fire, or was there a major fire or something? Ah, that was... I've been listening for a while, and must say, you two really are strange. Oh, it's you. That roof has been like that for some time. It's certainly nothing new. Really? It's alright with you. Could you tell us a little bit about it? Since you never cease to amaze me with your incredible lack of knowledge. Well, I guess it couldn't hurt to tell you. That damage is from the legendary fire. Legendary fire? Yes, long, long ago, there was a huge fire that engulfed almost this entire town. The damage there occurred at the time. You can see other traces of the fire around the town too, here and there. The entire town was engulfed in a huge fire? All of the townsfolk know about it. You're probably the only ones that don't. Thank you for filling us in. That certainly cleared up a few things. No problem. It so happens I had nothing better to do. Uh, it wasn't such a way. It wasn't such a bad way to kill time. Anyway, I'll see you around. To think that even a building of this size could be affected by fire. The fire that spread through the town really must have been legendary. Certainly right about that, Luke. Why haven't they repaired it? That's what I want to know. Spella, is something the matter? Oh, no, nothing at all. Shall we make our way inside? Shall I look for int coins? Old flag can be found throughout the town. Old town has once been burned to the ground. It's hard to imagine that scale. Labyrinthia seems surrounded by cliffs and woods. In the distance, there is nothing but fog. There is numero uno. Numero dos. Tres. Puzzle. This won't do. It's completely unacceptable. I almost read that the way it should have been. Or should not have been. That's unacceptable. There's no one in the world more splendid than Inquisitor Barnham. And yet, every time, it's that woman who gets to stand alongside the storyteller. So unfair. I mean, the woman who was distributing the story to the crowd, is that right? To be honest, I found her a little scary. I'm sure it's all some plan of hers. I just feel sorry for my poor Zackums. Well, if only I can get closer, I could offer my support. It would certainly be difficult to get close with that bustling crowd all around, perhaps even dangerous. I guess I'd try? Huh? I could float down beside him from one of... What? It's a witch! Cloud maze. Navigate Luke through the clouds and help him find the professor. Jumping into holes in the clouds will drop Luke down to the level below. Likewise, jumping on to fluffy clouds will send him flying up to the level above. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm gonna go to this one first. I don't think this one leads anywhere. Is what I was trying to look at. I think this one is just a dead end. Okay, these work differently than I thought. I thought I was going to come up out of the holes. Not through the ground. It's a G. Right. First try.
This is my answer.
I guess you can call that a puzzle. Amazing. Luke and the professor have been reunited. Great job. Professor, I don't think she's coming back. I could only hope that she manages to reach the man she's after. Puzzle? No puzzle. Uh-oh, not good. What shall I do? What's the matter? Is there something troubling you, madam? Oh yes, something certainly is. Troubling me, I mean. Today's scary story. It's so frightening. I may be afraid, but I have to do it. I have to finish my delivery. See this? A whole satchel full of letters. A letter fest. And I have to deliver them all. Oh my, that really is a lot of letters. If you'd like, I could help by delivering a few of them for you. Oh, Espella. No, it's alright. After all, it's my job. Anyway, you look busy right now. Yourself. Well, a little, but we should always help each other out in times of need. I'm okay, don't worry about me. I've got it covered. Alright, I'm off. I can do this. I can deliver them all. The letters, I mean. Nothing can stop the Labyrinthia courier. He's gone. She really was in a hurry, wasn't she? But is she really alright? She seemed a bit flustered. I think she's just very, very busy. Come on, let's head to the Great Archive. Wow, there are books crammed in here from floor to ceiling. Truly remarkable. Are all of these books stories? Yes, they are. All of them. It's said that they were all written by the storyteller. All of these books? But there are so many. Excuse me, beg your pardon. Look out, gangway. I've got him. Don't worry. Piece of cake. Told you, no problem. Sorry to startle you folk. I didn't think there was anyone here. That's alright. It's lucky that you didn't drop any books. I don't think I've ever seen anyone carry so many books at once. Aren't they heavy? I love books, so I feel like a mother carrying her baby. If you love books too, why not carry a few with me? I do love books, but I don't think I can carry that many. You obviously don't understand the true enjoyment of books. Embracing books, being buried in books, the feel of books, the smell of books. Listen to the sound of the pages turning, gazing up at the book pile, something, being surrounded by books and playing with them. That's how you enjoy books. Not sure I totally agree. Dewey? That voice, that's Espella, isn't it? Uh-oh. Here we go again. Please remain calm. You wouldn't want to drop those books. Just leave it to me. See? All under control. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you like that. Dewey, we've come here to find a book about magic. Magic? Should have known. That is, never mind. Well, if it's magic you're interested in, then might I suggest the Grand Grimoire? The Grand Grimoire, you say? We'd like to borrow that book if we may. Well, you'll need Miss Mystery's permission. Are you sure you want to borrow it? Absolutely. We're very interested in magic. Friends of Espella's interested in magic. But these two must also be... Whoops, no! I'm losing them. Silence. Silence in the library. Owl statue. This is a frequently used motif in this town. Candle chandelier. How do they light the candles? Yeah, great question. Appears to be documentation on accidents in criminal cases. I would venture a guess that they light them from the second floor with the aid of a long stick. Nothing on witches here. There are two identical statues, one on each side. There you are. Let's save. I need to get into the habit of saving every time they give me the opportunity to. Let's see if I could talk to these people. First, puzzle? No puzzle. Miss Mystery can give permission to borrow the Grand Grimoire. I doubt she would allow it. Anybody else hiding? No. What do you got to say about the statue? Okay. A puzzle! Great Archive was founded for those in the noble pursuit of knowledge. I must ask you to be a little quieter, please. Dewey, as a budding librarian, I would have thought that you would have known better. Sorry, Miss Mystery, but these people say they want to borrow the Grand Grimoire. Did you say the Grand Grimoire? You're Spella Cantabella. You of all people must know the significance of the Grand Grimoire. It is an important piece of literature which can only be viewed by learned persons of significant status. Not like I can just give my permission to whoever asks for it, you know. I understand that, but this man... Sorry, but rules cannot be changed. The request is all mine. That book could prove indispensable for my investigations into magic. And you are... Excuse me, but may I ask your name? I'm Herschel Layton. I'm investigating this town. You could say I'm a traveler, so to speak. A traveler. I'm afraid I have never come across such a profession. Well, I suppose we can return to that later. My name is Riddle Mystery. Riddle, Mystery, you suckafoos. I am a librarian, as well as a curator of the Great Archive. And I am therefore responsible for all pieces of work here, including the Grand Grimoire. I'm afraid that no matter what your profession or who you are, it is beyond my authority to lend you the Grand Grimoire. It is simply against the rules. The rules? Can't you make an exception for us? Luke, please leave this to me. I can understand that you are unable to show this book to just anyone. However, as you yourself said just a moment ago, the Great Archive was founded for those in the noble pursuit of knowledge. And I am currently very much in the pursuit of knowledge regarding magic. Perhaps you would consider letting me at least peruse the Grand Grimoire. Only learned persons of significant status, and in particular inquisitors, are permitted to refer to the Grand Grimoire. Inquisitors? Those who administer justice in this town, Knights of Wisdom, as they are known. Only someone with equal status to that of an Inquisitor, or with the same level of wisdom, would qualify. So if I could demonstrate the required level of wisdom, then I would qualify. Certainly are persistent gentlemen. Very well, let's see what you make of a trial. Trial has been used in the past to test the ability of aspiring Inquisitors. If you are able to clear this trial, then I will acknowledge that your wisdom matches that of an Inquisitor. You can achieve this, and as a curator of the Great Archive, I will lend you that book. Just give me the suckable puzzle. Splendid. And by all means, do begin. You certainly have some confidence. Let's see if you can live up to it. Do you think you can pass this trial, at which so many hopefuls have stumbled? See what you can do with this. Took forever just to get that puzzle, man. Oh dear. Make your way through the maze of strange clocks and to the goal. You can only move in the direction of the clock hands. With each step you take, the clock hands will rotate 90 degrees, so take care. Oh no. And go down, down, over. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not it. You have to go over here. And we go up. Go down. One, 2, 3, 4. It goes there. I want to try this way. Oh, I done goofed. I can't go right like I thought I could. Too bad. I want to restart from the beginning. See what this way is all about. Alright, that's not it. Hey.
Let's see if I've proven myself. Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
You've proven that time truly doesn't stop for anyone. How can this be? That hardly seemed a challenge for you. Who are you? And how did you do that so effortlessly? More importantly than who I am, there is one thing of which I am certain, and that is that every puzzle has an answer. So, do I qualify? Not so fast. Do you really believe that my permission can be obtained as easily as that? That was no more than a preliminary trial. To separate the wheat from the chaff. Now for the real trial. Even a man of your caliber should find this challenging. This trial will have your eyes rolling and your head spinning. Miss Mystery, I've never seen you get this excited. Silence. Be quiet, Dewey. Sorry. I assume it's safe to predict this will not be quite so simple. This will put an end to that overconfidence. Prepare to lose your mind in this mind-bending puzzle. 2 puzzles? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's another one of these. Guessing the purple ones go the Oh no. However, note that the clock hands on the purple clocks appear to rotate 3 times the speed of regular clocks. Better watch your step. Sucker fool. Before I forget, I must warn you, you no longer have the luxury of undoing a move. One teeny tiny miscalculation and it's game over. I do hope you don't mind. I wasn't even using the undo button anyways. I done goof. I think I was kind of on the right track there. Foiled again. You're bodied. You're bodied.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
That one was
You
easier.
expect no less from a gentleman.
As far as, restarts go. You made it. The last-minute change to the rules of the maze was clearly not enough to catch you out. How? My mind-bending puzzle. You didn't lose your mind. On the contrary, you found the solution. That's just impossible. Oh my glasses. My book. Don't look at me. My glasses, let me put them on. Just a moment. That's better. I apologize. For a moment there, I lost my composure. To see my trial cleared like that. It seems I underestimated you, sir. It was a fascinating puzzle, no more than I'd expect from the curator of the Grand Archive, or the Great Archive. I find your confidence rather disconcerting. I hope someday to have the pleasure of showing you a puzzle that will make those little round eyes of yours spin in your head. But nevertheless, a promise is a promise. I hereby grant you your permission. A special viewing room containing the Grand Grimoire is located on the first floor. I'm sure you are already aware that book is of unparalleled importance. By no means may it be treated with anything but the utmost care. Of course, Miss Mystery. Thank you for granting me permission. Well then, shall we proceed to the special viewing room? I shall have to accompany you since the room is locked. You did it, Professor. You cleared both trials in one fell swoop. It was amazing, Mr. Layton. It's well known that Miss Mystery is an avid collector of puzzles, and I've heard that the puzzles she presents are always very difficult to solve. I see, so there are collectors of puzzles in this place too. What do you mean? Oh, nothing important. Right then, no use in waiting around. Let's go and take a look at the Grand Grimoire. Right you are, Professor. Ray. You said it was on the first floor. That's the second floor. Sucker. This is the special viewing room. Or a gentleman such as yourself will understand. But seeing as this is a special room not open to the general public, must insist that you all be on your best behavior. Wow, this room feels so grand and elegant. It's my first time in here too. I must admit, I feel a little nervous. It certainly does give some indication of the importance of the book being kept here. That book in the center must be the Grand Grimoire. This looks like candles are the only source of light at night in the Great Archive. Locks, I can't even peek inside. Oh, these colors and the brush strokes. This wasn't painted by some amateur. You calling an amateur? Where's... Ah. That one's a sneaky one. Tome is the Great Grimoire. Please treat it with care. Alright. As mentioned before, could be saving as often as the game allows me, just in case. This is incredible. It's crammed with information about magic. People say it's the magic used by the witches. If that's so, then the magic we saw in London must be in here somewhere too. That may well be true, Luke. A tome as thick as this must surely contain such information. Finding it is a bit daunting, though. Oh, what's this, Professor? This page is different from the others. What is this? The page isn't about magic at all. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. Luke, this page, it appears to be addressed to someone, don't you think? Oh, you mean like a message? Let's read it, Professor. From a time long ago, the ancient flame has been locked in an infinite vault of books waiting for the awakening. When the sun and moon, watching over the sage, swap places to show their true form, the door to the past will open. Once a person of, oh boy, perspicacity? Perspicacity? I have no idea what that word is or what it means. Has fulfilled the challenge. The door will open. Until then, I will wait for the time of the awakening. What is this? How can this be? Why is this in here? How did something like this get into the Grand Grimoire? Just not possible. I can't understand it. No one entered the special viewing room before you came here. And whenever someone enters this room, I always accompany them in this way. So that means that the page must have changed at some point, doesn't it? Or the page was in there the entire time and nobody just happened to flip through that page. Like, come on. Could that really be possible? Perhaps with some kind of device. Unthinkable. There is only one key to this room, so no one can enter without being granted my permission. I assure you it's true on my honor as a curator. But then how can anyone have done this? Luke, I believe we both know who might be capable of such an act. You mean witches, don't you? Witches? We don't know yet who changed that page, but the more important matter is what's written here. The infinite vault of books mentioned here presumably refers to the Great Archive, which implies there is a secret of some sort hidden within the library. Professor, what about this part? A person of I don't know what that word is. Well, I believe that could be referring to Carmen. He came here regularly to investigate. So it's certainly somewhat likely, which means our next objective is to find the answer that he was looking for. It's a bit of a spooky message, but if we can open this door to the past, then we'll surely be one step closer to solving this mystery. Just a moment, please. I'm the curator here, and I won't be allowing you to investigate anything without my permission. So you mean we can't investigate? Not at all. I'm simply insisting that you allow me to accompany you. There should be no doors in this library that I don't know about. And even if there is something hidden somewhere, as suggested by this message, it is my duty as a curator to know what that is. I completely understand, Miss Mystery. We can only benefit from your presence. Now then, how about we all make our way back to the entrance? Let's think about where this door could be from there. But Professor, supposing there is a door, what message, or that message is such a puzzle in itself, don't you think it'll be difficult to find? You may be right, and this library is so large. Finding anything will surely take a good deal of our time. No, I think not. You're both missing something here. I believe I may well know what is meant by the words in the message. Really, Professor? Yes, if you'll just remember the wording. A time long ago, ancient flame has been unlocked and in the ball of books, waiting for the awakening. When the sun and moon watching over the sage swap places and show their true form, the doors of the past will open. Yes, we've already been over this once the person has fulfilled the challenge. There's like a red and blue thing in the back of the room, you know, like I've seen it. The door will be open. Till then, wait for the time of the awakening. If you both take a look around this room, you'll notice we are surrounded by books. There is probably nowhere else in the library with more books than there are right here. There are books extending all the way up. We're completely surrounded by them. And the key to opening the door is the sun and moon watching over the sage. But what could that mean? There are no windows, so no light can come in from the sun or the moon. Precisely, which means it is not the real sun and moon that are being referred to here. And they are located where they can watch over the sage. In other words, behind. Perhaps you have already realized to whom the sage is referring. Right then, let's find this sun and moon watching over the sage and open the door. It's right in front of us. Oh my goodness, look at that. You don't have a puzzle. Do we? You haven't by any chance entered the special viewing room without my permission, have you? Of course I haven't been in there. What are you saying, Miss Mystery? You always say that if anyone goes in there without permission, they'll have to solve 100 of your puzzles as punishment. If I had to solve that many puzzles, I'd go insane. That's pitiful. If you ever even considered becoming a librarian, I'd expect that much of you. I even put the cursor over this, you know, like, come on. Come on. What's that? It's a sun and moon construction. Oh! So the sage must be... That's right, the sage of this library refers to the curator. And this sun and moon construction is located right behind her seat. So that's what the sun and moon watching over the sage was referring to. And when the sun and moon swap places, their true form will be shown. And the door to the past will open. So all we need to do is work out what that means. But what does it mean by their true form? Well, if we interpret it at face value, it would suggest that we are currently seeing their untrue form. Thank you, Layton. You're so helpful. Now look at this. There seems to be some sort of mechanism in place. Professor, if you look closely, there seems to be a puzzle hidden here. Oh no, not one of these puzzles. There are 2 tiles on each side with an image of the sun and moon. Manœuvre. That is a spelling of maneuver that I have not seen before. Must be European. Maneuver the tiles so that the sun and the moon swap sides. Okay. These puzzles always kick my booty. I admit I'm a little confused how this is going to work. So hold on, let me do that. I'll have to do some maneuvering here to fix things, but no, not bad. Not bad.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
Mysterious library puzzle is solved, but just what will happen next? The curator is going to transform into a monster. Professor, there's a stairway. Who would have thought there could be anything like this hidden here? The ancient flame has been locked in an infinite vault of books. I wonder just what we'll find down there. An entrance to a basement below the Great Archive. Am I right in thinking that you knew nothing of this stairway's existence? That's right. And if I, as the curator, knew nothing of it, then surely no one else could. It's hard to believe that a secret such as this could have been hidden here all this time. Who could have possibly left such a message? It might be wise not to let anyone see what has been revealed here. I agree. I'll be back as soon as I have asked the other visitors to leave the building. They probably have already seen it. Well then, are you both ready? You betcha. Let's go, Professor. You too, Espella. Okay then, Luke. To the cellar. I should have saved, huh? Should have saved. Place appears to be some sort of historic site. It's amazing to think a place like this could exist under the library. I wonder when it dates from. That mural. It can't be. But the legendary foyer? The legendary foyer? Might be, ink coins. Check every area. Something around here caved in. The heck? How did I get... I must have pressed the move button. That's all the hit coins. A dragon breathes fire, setting the town ablaze. This wall painting is a bit scary, isn't it? A monster attacking a burning town. There's also a woman hurling fire. I suppose she must be a witch. That woman is the Great Witch. Miss Mystery? This certainly doesn't bode well, a painting of the Great Witch here. Do you know anything about the witch in this painting? You don't know of the Great Witch? But how can that be possible for a man of your learning? Well, that's... never mind, I'm sure you must have your reasons. I don't wish to pry. I appreciate that. Would you mind perhaps telling us a bit about this witch? The woman in this painting is the Great Witch Bezella. And this painting depicts the famous legendary fire that she caused. A legendary fire? She is the witch in charge of all witches, whose very existence poses the greatest threat known to Labyrinthia. The Great Witch Bezella cannot be considered the same as the other witches. She is the root of all Labyrinthia's woes. The Great Witch Bezella. Or Bezella? What do you mean by the root of all Labyrinthia's woes? The reason for all of Labyrinthia's suffering at the hand of the witches. lies in the very existence of the Great Witch Bazella. Would you mind elaborating? The Great Witch Bazella is the source of all the other witches. As long as she exists, there will be no end to other witches. While the Great Witch Bazella is with us, the townspeople will forever live in fear under the shadow of witches. So you mean that if there were no Great Witch, there would be peace? No Great Witch? That's easy enough to say. But while all of the knights have been searching for Bazella, nobody has ever been able to find her. Because she's right there on the podium, right next to the storyteller. Come on. There are very few clues, and no one has ever seen her in person. Nevertheless, the Great Witch Bazella is undoubtedly present in Labyrinthia. How can you be certain? Because her deep claw marks can still be seen throughout the town. Claw marks? You must all have seen them too, the traces of that fire, when you entered this library. Yes. There was a part of this building that suffered noticeable damage. Bazella is a fearful witch who has all other witches doing her bidding. Long ago, this town was reduced to ashes as a result of her fiery magic. Reduced to ashes? That must have been, let me see, 100 or so years ago. It was on the evening of the Fire Festival, held every year in honor of the Great Witch Bazella. The Great Witch's fury was unleashed without warning, as the entire town burned. That's terrible. That was the legendary fire. Every person in this town knows about it. Legendary fire. Wait, so like, in honor of the Great Witch Bazella? So, there was a time when there wasn't war between the witches and the peoples? And the knights, I guess? The inquisitors? The rebuilding of the town was a long and arduous process. And all the while, Bazella must have been watching and laughing from the shadows. That's awful. Even now, the legend of long ago continues to cause real suffering amongst the townsfolk. To think that a painting of that fearful witch could be right here in the basement of my beloved library. What is it doing here, of all places? Well, there's nothing for it. I'll just have to have this room sealed shut. Please, let's keep the existence of this room strictly between ourselves, for the good of the people. As for me, I shall do my best to forget all about this hidden room. I'm afraid I'd rather not remain in here a minute longer. Time I started closing up the library for the day. Can't help but feel we've done something wrong. Luke, do you recall the words towards the end of that message? You mean, until then I will wait? That's right. When we opened this door, or rather, when we were guided towards opening this door, I could sense someone else's will at work. Almost as if our following Carmen and coming to this library had all been planned out in advance. Surely you don't mean that we were beckoned here by the Great Witch Bazella? Bazella. I don't want to believe that she's Bazella. That's utter madness. Let Dark Claw.
Is something the matter? Are you feeling all right, Espella?
Yes, I'm fine, really. Espella? Yes? What is it?
It's just that, well, you've been so quiet.
Oh, it's nothing. It's just that this room... It's a little chilly, don't you think?
The atmosphere is a bit sinister, not to mention that scary picture. Maybe it's about time we made a move from here?
Yes, indeed.
Not gonna read that tablet? Those words at the end of the message. I will wait. What if we weren't meant to be the ones being called here? Dun dun dun. It's much more relaxing here, isn't it? It felt so intense and claustrophobic down there. Yes, it certainly did. Today has been full of surprises. Not only did I meet up with you two again, but we also found that mural in the library. Seems that this town really does hold a mysterious secret, doesn't it? What shall we do now? I'd certainly like to learn more about this magic. We've been in here for quite some time. It must be getting late. Probably best if we wind up our investigation for today and take a rest. Or wind up, you know, get that wind up. You must both be feeling tired. Yes, I suppose you're right. I'd be happy to do a little more investigating with you two. But I have an errand to run before it gets too late. I'm still up for investigating further. Whatever the puzzle, I'm ready to solve it. Luke, I could hear your tummy rumbling from here just now. Well, I can't pretend I'm not a little hungry. You haven't arranged accommodation yet. Why don't you both stay at the bakery? There's a room free, so I'm sure it'd be alright. And Miss Eclair would love to have you. What do you say? You already said that we could have the room. Well, if you put it like that, we'd be delighted to stay. Thank you, Espella. And there's all that delicious bread, too. I'm looking forward to it already. Professor Layton, do you have to be going? Yes, sorry for all the trouble we put you to. Not at all, although I still can't get used to there being a secret room under the library. It's been a while since I last met someone capable of solving my puzzles. And as promised, you have my permission to borrow the Grand Grimoire. If you have any need for it in the future, please do drop by and let me know. Thank you very much, Miss Mystery. It's been a pleasure. Oh, there is just one more thing. I have all of Labyrinthia's puzzles stored here in this library. As you continue with your investigations here in Labyrinthia, there will likely be puzzles that you cannot solve or which you do not find. Such puzzles will come to me. Anytime you wish to solve such puzzles, just visit me and I will show them to you. Puzzles that we cannot solve or do not find, you say. Very well. Then I look forward to seeing you again. I'll be waiting. Please take care on your way home. It's already become dark out there. And if you remember rightly, the storyteller's latest story did mention the evening. You take care too, until we meet again, Miss Mystery. The Grand Grimoire. Wow, it's already this dark out here. I didn't realize we were in there so long. Looks as if it must have been raining up until a moment ago. The ground is still wet. Yes, and that reminds me of what Miss Eclair was saying before we left. Said, you might want to hurry, it looks like it might rain at any time. Let's get a move on. You too, Espella. Hey, where is she? That's strange. She's not here. I wonder where she could have gone. Perhaps she's still in the Great Archive. Who gave you permission to remove those books? Slowly does it, step by step. Oh, are you two still here? Can you let me through? I have to lock up. Hello, Dewey. Have you seen Espella? You're looking for Espella. She left while you were still talking to Miss Mystery. I wonder why. She said something about having to buy some milk, even though it was still raining. Yes, I do remember Miss Claire asking her to get some milk for the bakery. It was raining, you said. Yes, it started raining about the time you all went down into that library basement. When Espella left just now, it did look as if the rain was about to stop. Yes, she left a message for you. She said to go back without her. But she didn't have to go alone, especially in the dark. I'm sure she'll be fine. If it's only milk she needs, then she can get it at the market. Not far, so she should be back soon. If anything, I'd be more worried about you two being the ones in danger. You know, in the story it said there were 2 companions. Didn't it say a couple? Your work here is finished, then I suggest you both go home. I don't want to get caught up in anything. Luke, why don't we head back to the bakery and wait for Espella there? Oh, so, I guess she'll be alright, right? You'll be alright, right? I can't go inside the, whatchamacallit. Wanted to see if there were some hidden puzzles. Don't look like it, though. Professor, I smell freshly baked bread. I wonder if that could be Miss Claire's work. Let's go inside. Yes, we could, although we could also take a walk around the town at night. If there's nothing else you'd particularly like to see, perhaps we should head back in. I feel like we're just leading that for a trap, you know? Go ahead and save and mark. Who are you? Who are you? And what do you want to be? No puzzle. Evening, gents. Isn't Espella with you? Do you know Espella? Well, I know her. There isn't a person in this town who doesn't know Espella. I didn't realize she was so famous. I've known some ignorant people, but you two really do take the biscuit. If you knew her better, then I doubt you'd be spending so much time with her. What's that supposed to mean? Espella's a lovely person. I don't know how you can say that. Personally, I don't enjoy talking about her in that way either. What is over here? Nothing. Go inside the bakery. Welcome back. I've prepared the evening meal already. Wow, it looks great. Just a bunch of bread. Hang on, where's Espella? I'm afraid we were separated when she went to get that milk. Has she not come back yet? Oh dear, maybe I was asking too much of her. My apologies. I should have stopped her had I had the chance. Nothing you need to worry about, Mr. Layton. That girl knows her way around. I'm sure she'll be back soon. Let's go ahead and eat while waiting for her. You got bread soup, you got bread, you got toast, all the other types of bread. I love it when we all get to eat together. Meals are so much more enjoyable that way. I've never had bread and jam that tasted this good before. I hope Espella gets back soon. Oh yeah, you guys went out to the Great Archive with her, didn't you? Did you find what you were looking for? Well, it's a bit of a mystery, really. What do you mean? In truth, we went there to investigate the mystery that is Labyrinthia. However, what we found instead was quite the puzzle. Oh right, a puzzle, huh? I guess Phoenix can, is fire, so I guess that could work. I get the impression puzzles are pretty popular in this town. Do you not know what a puzzle is, Nick? Not that I know exactly. Well, we spend all our time baking, and it's not really the kind of thing we're supposed to know about, I guess. Indeed, it appears the two of you are a little unsure about the concept of puzzles. Say, Mr. Layton, do you think you could give us a little Puzzle 101 crash course? I'm kind of curious. It would be my pleasure, Miss Fay. But rather than explaining it in words, I believe actually trying your hand at a puzzle would be far more rewarding. Here, I'll give you both a simple example to think about. Now then, here we have 2 long loaves of bread placed side by side. You'll notice that they form the number 11. Do you see what I mean? Oh yeah, I get it. So that's what a puzzle is. Not quite, Miss Fay. The puzzle is what follows next. What I'd like you to try is, I'd like you to see if you can change this into a number lower than 11. A lower number. So how about if I take one of the loaves? However, the one condition is that you must add another loaf of exactly the same type. You need to add another loaf? Even though we add a loaf, the number has to be lower. I think I'm beginning to see what you mean by puzzle. Wait, I think I've got it. I may just be a baker, but I bet I have the right answer. If I place the extra loaf sideways like this, then 1 minus 1 equals 0. Yeah. Oh, give me a break, Nick. That's totally the letter H. We're trying to solve a puzzle here, not win a spelling bee. Oh, come on. I can't be the only one that sees 1 minus 1, right? Right? Turning it into a matter of arithmetic is certainly an interesting approach. You, think so? Well, certainly. That's precisely the kind of flexible thinking needed for solving puzzles. Now, let's think again. Take a seat and leave this to a pro, Nick. How about this? You just take this new loaf and ta-da! Now that's 1 minus 1. Hey, eating it is cheating. Really? Because it feels more like winning to me. You're full of surprises, Miss Fay. I didn't expect that kind of innovation. Solved the puzzle and enjoyed the bread. Win-win, baby. But didn't Mr. Layton tell us at the start that we need to add another loaf of the exact same type? Huh? Seriously? That's right. Unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't accept this as a solution to the puzzle. Well, alright, but is there really another better solution? Create a triangle with them and call it a 0. That is my guess. Well, what do you think? Can either of you think of a different solution? Drawing a blank. I guess this kind of thing just isn't for me. You both came up with such creative answers, I'm sure you'll be solving puzzles in no time. But now it's time for the solution. The important thing in this puzzle solution is the angle of the loaf that is added. If the new loaf is placed upright like so, well, I get it. It's the number 1.1, right? Hey, that's right. That's a lot lower than 11. See, this is the exact. This is a Layton puzzle. If they gave me this, then like, oh, you just put it upright so that it creates, a dot so that it's 1.1, I would be annoyed. That's a lot lower than 11. Exactly. When solving puzzles, there is never just one correct method. It's essential to think flexibly flexibly and try many means to solve it. Sometimes critical thinking is the key to success. Right, I see what you mean. These puzzles are really something else. Well, if I see another puzzle like this, I'd still rather eat my way to the solution. You know, I don't think I'm cut out for brain-busting bread puzzles like this. I'll stick with good old regular bread, thanks. That's because we're ace bakers. I guess we're better suited to using our hands than our heads. Is that so? In truth, I can't help but feel you're both a little out of place as bakers, if you'll pardon my saying so. Naturally, I won't force puzzles upon you, but if either of you should be interested, I would heartily recommend giving puzzle solving a try. Professor, right now there's something else we all need to try. Miss LeClaire's freshly baked bread is getting cold, and I'm sure it tastes better hot. Oh dear, so it is. You know how I can get when it comes to puzzles. I don't know if any of that conversation was necessary, but you know, here we are. Well, young man, I must say it's a pleasure to have someone show such appreciation for my baking. When it comes to your bread, Miss LeClaire, there's no limit to how much I could eat. Luke. Shouldn't have said that. My, aren't you a darling? Well then, in that case, I suppose I'll just have to bring out my special reserve. Hold on a moment, I'll just go and fetch it. Right, I think it's time I started preparing tomorrow's bread. Oh yes, me too. I'm sure it must be that time already. Professor, what was that all about? Not entirely sure, but I do seem struck by a sudden sense of impending doom. Sorry to have kept you waiting. There you go, have at it, but be warned. I won't take kindly to any leftovers. Whoa, this loaf. Wait, where did those two go? Miss Maya, Mr. Wright. Luke, it would appear that we have been left to tackle this particular task alone. That's a lot of bread. I'm stuffed. I believe this must be the most bread I've ever eaten in my life. Wait a sec. Just realized, we finished eating, but Espella still isn't back yet. She went to the market, didn't she? Perhaps we ought to go and... Oh my, customers at this late hour? I'm sorry, but we're closed. Give me all your money and your bread. That's him, that man over there. So he's the one, is he? Just a minute. What do you think you're doing barging in here like this? Stand aside, madam. This is a matter of urgency. What are you going to do? You there, Porcupine Head. You're coming with us. Huh? Porcupine Head? You don't mean me, do you? Who else in this room fits that description? Certainly, you would appear to be alone on that particular front. I wish I had a top hat too right about now. Enough of your idle chit-chat. Time to get going. Huh? What do you mean? Well, it should be quite obvious. You're coming to the court, of course. The court? What? Mr. Wright, what did you do? Yeah, Nick, what did you do? I didn't do anything. The only thing you could accuse me of is making bread that's too good to eat. Now, this man is not the only one who's on trial. In that case, why is Mr. Wright being made to go to court? That's simple, because the girl has requested him, of course. Girl? What girl? Naturally, the girl facing trial for this evening's crime. heinous witch, Miss Espella Cantabella, no less. Le gasp. To be continued. Nani? I know, right, Dante? It's crazy. It's a lot of puzzles. I'll mark here.